Daylilies, the low-maintenance stars of the garden. Elegant, reliable, and, usually, pest-free. Usually, because there's one tiny villain you really should know about. Meet the Daylily Gall Midge. A 2 mm troublemaker with a big appetite. Early summer, you're waiting for those first buds to open, and instead, a bud that looks suspiciously plump. That's not a good sign. And no, that bud is never going to bloom. The first signs of infestation appear in the flower buds. If the foliage looks healthy, but the buds seem abnormal, the Daylily Gall Midge is the likely cause. Affected buds are noticeably shorter and much thicker than normal, often taking on an unnaturally rounded shape. These buds fail to open and will either dry out or begin to rot. If buds are opened, they may contain numerous small, almost transparent larvae, up to 3 mm long, moving within a watery, decaying interior. The culprit lays eggs in developing buds from May to July. Due to its extremely small size, the gall midge is almost impossible to spot in a busy garden. At just a few millimeters long, it easily goes unnoticed among the foliage. Seen here in comparison with a daylily bloom, its scale becomes clear. The midge lays its eggs in the developing buds of daylilies, causing them to become distorted and fail to open. Severely affected buds swell into an unnaturally rounded shape, often rot, and may eventually fall off. Fortunately, the midge produces only one generation per year, so late-season flowering varieties are generally less affected. The larvae feast, grow. Once fully grown, they drop to the soil to pupate, emerging the following spring to repeat the cycle. So, what about pesticides? A 3-year study by the Royal Horticultural Society put common garden insecticides to the test. The result? Some chemicals reduced gall midge damage, but just a bit. The larvae develop hidden inside the buds, making chemical control largely ineffective. So you end up spraying, without really solving the problem. Meanwhile, simply removing and destroying affected buds breaks the life cycle directly, and actually works. Just, don't compost it. Unless you're running a maggot daycare. Consistency is key, and your neighbors need to join in. This is a community effort. The larvae are less likely to be introduced with plants purchased bare root and without flower buds. A tiny pest, a bit of vigilance, and your daylilies will stay exactly what they should be. Beautiful, not bug food.